Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early September 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Leos in early September? Leo season has just passed us by. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo in early September. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick for you, my friends. And ask and you shall receive. There it is. Okay. I want to be queen is your card this week, my friends. Very fitting for the regal royal Leos, right? And I do like this card because to me it's very confident. It could also represent somebody with a lot of goals and aspirations. To me, this is more of a future focused type of card and energy, which is pretty good, right? I can't complain with that. Like, it's an energy that's looking down the line. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about it. And as always, when I read this oracle deck, I like to go more intuitive. So we see Alice. She's chilling there with her kitty cat, and she looks pretty chilled to me. She looks very confident. She looks firm. That's a pretty good energy I'm picking up off of this. And when someone wants to be queen, it's because they feel like they deserve to be. So for some Leos, maybe in this time, it's about doing what you feel you deserve, or have people treating you the way that you deserve to be treated, which I think is usually good, especially if you hold yourself to a certain standard. But again, to me, this is a card of ambition. It's a card of confidence. So if you've gone through anything recently that's been a little shot to your self-confidence, this could be spirit telling you, like, Leo, remember who you are. Remember who you are and how special you are. So this could be a very beautiful card. But again, I keep getting this future focused, forward thinking type of vibe. So with whatever situations you're dealing with, maybe spirit wants you to plan ahead a little bit. Doesn't mean you have to look 10, 20 years down the line. Maybe it's just a couple months where spirit's like, all right, don't just live in the moment, maybe plan something out. But I do like the confidence of it. So for some of you, maybe you're just feeling a little extra confident, which is a very, very powerful tool for a Leo. But we're just going to let her chill over here. She could keep watching on. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Leo, please. What do we got in early September? While we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled The Sudden Change. Now, this does seem to be a theme I've been picking up for all the fire signs in recent weeks. And if there are any signs that could deal with situations shifting, people shifting, things doing a 180, it's Leo and it's the other fire signs. So even though you're a fixed fire sign, you are very much adaptable. So watch out for various situations, whether it's work, career, personal relationships, where things could be doing a quick 180 on you. And that could bleed over for a little bit, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Leo. What do we have here in early September? What do we got for our good friends? Yeah, the deck is being very specific for you this week. That's a good thing. Okay, we're starting here with the 5 of Cups. Don't get too nervous about that, because to me, that's temporary. That's what I always say about the 5 of Cups. So let's get him tucked in right there. Let's get a couple more. Okay. That card. I mean, for every fire sign. Don't get nervous about that one either, Leo. Okay. Let's get one more out here. It's all good. You know, I got the Death card and the Tower in this week's Aries reading, and they turned out pretty good. So maybe we'll get the same, hopefully. You know, I'm optimistic. Okay. All right. So we have the 7 of Swords here on the back end. There is a lot of energy in the undercurrent that we definitely need to take a very close look at. I don't want to just come out right now and say, oh, there's going to be a ton of warnings this week. We just need to see how the energy shifts, because a lot of these energies can be seen as a bit challenging or heavy. And remember, this could be someone else's energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be yours, but there could be some things to watch out for. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, elementally, similar to the other fire signs, there's a lot of internal energy. So we have big water here. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Death card, which is Scorpio. So water, that's the realm of emotions, feelings, creativity, love. Like it's your inner world. And then we have swords, which is the logic. So it's like we have the heart and the mind. The swords, that's about planning, strategy, thought processes. It could sometimes be a little wound tight. It's also communication. So there's just like this really intense, heavy internal energy showing up here. So whether it's someone that's having a little bit of an internal battle, or a lot of the topics we take a look at today could start from within and work their way out. So we got to see how it all plays together, because I feel like I'm stepping through eggshells here initially. But let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out. Position number one, the Five of Cups. Now, as you can see here in the little box, we have our friend here all dressed in black. He is gothic, he is emo, right? And he is not having the best time. A lot of people call this card the River of Tears for a good reason. That's the nickname of it. And you see him, he's standing there. He does not look too happy. But I always say when it comes to challenge cards, they don't always have to be worst case scenario. It's on a spectrum. So maybe for some of you, maybe you're just a little bit down. Maybe you're feeling a little bit gloomy. Maybe you have a couple days where your energy's low. It could be something like that. But for others, there could be something you're quite sad about, upset, or somebody you're connected to. Like this is someone that's really going through it. So we do need to look into it further. Now, the bright side of the Five of Cups, like I mentioned earlier, sure, it could be a test from spirit, a problem, a situation, whatever we want to call it. Um, it's temporary, because notice the three cups are down, there's still two cups up, and there is still stuff in the horizon. So it's not like the Ten of Swords. It is not like a tower where it's like dead end, full stop. To me, it's like temporary. So it could be something that you can get through or something you can get over. It's like just a temporary thing. So we want to look at this further and see what's up. And again, for a lot of you, it doesn't have to be the most serious warning in the world here. It could be minor. And the same could be said with the next card that we have coming up. We got the Death card, right? Now, a lot of people get concerned about it. When you see tarot in movies and shows, this card always comes out from like the tarot reader, like, oh, you got the Death card. I always try to demystify it and say it's not really like that. So if you're not connected to Scorpio or Scorpio placements, sure, this could represent a cycle that's closed. But similar to this Five of Cups, it's not a permanent thing. And you might think, all right, well, death sounds pretty permanent, Kyle. In the sense of tarot and spirituality, it's more of like a shift. It's a shift in awareness. It's a shift in a situation where one page may close, but a new one opens. It's a transformation. It's a metamorphosis. Think of a phoenix rising from the ashes, where the old dies away and the new arises. That's what I love about this card. But at the same time, it could be quite heavy, right? We have our friend here all dressed in black. Now we got the Death card, so there could be something that you're mourning over or grieving, very possible, or someone is. Like the energy just feels a little down to me, which is odd. Usually when I tap into Leo energy, it's vibrant, it's loud, it's in your face, not in a bad way, but the energy just feels a little bit down. So watch that, like other people's energies not bleeding into yours, because there could be some sort of energetic contamination. I don't know why I'm saying it that way. Don't get offended if you're a cross watcher, because the same can go the other way. So we'll see what's up with the Death card. Sure, could this be an ending? Absolutely. But it could also be growing pains. Now, onto the back end, I'd say if there is an area of concern in this reading where we might find the biggest warning, I think it might be the Seven of Swords, where, okay, we could get through this. And we see our pal here, he's wearing his little red fez and he's making away with the swords. Now, best case scenario with the Seven of Swords, in its most positive, optimistic, it just represents something we don't quite see, something that's outside of our vision, where it's like, okay, I don't know what's going on there. It's just something that we haven't picked up on yet. Completely mysterious, unexpected, surprising, secretive. But in its most challenging, this is an energy that you need to be very aware of. It's not the most trustworthy. This could represent liars. This could represent thieves. This could represent people that are doing things in the shadows. So, sure, this could be a warning about a person or their motives that we'll definitely want to take a close look at. But we're just going to have to see, because, again, a lot could change when we start clarifying the energy. But a lot of it just seems very unsure. And that's why I have this energy like I feel like I'm walking on eggshells here. But let's go through. I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my lovely Leos. What's happening? What's going on for my good friends? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Five of Cups. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get it going. Five of Cups, please. Why is it here? Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts. Okay. Watch out for any issues with like living situations, property things, or even family ties. Like especially when I see the Five of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles, because there could be like some extra stress coming from those areas of life. But the first initial thing I was picking up is like think happy thoughts or try your best to keep an optimistic mindset. Like even if you are going through some issues or problems, and we do have warnings, which we might, when I see the Ten of Pentacles, that's usually a best case scenario. That's usually a win. That's usually a victory. So hopefully, I'm going to pick up a theme that I saw in some other signs where it's like, okay, something might not look too great, but you might get the best possible outcome. That could be in play here, potentially. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's super important to try your best to keep a very positive mindset in this time. Okay, I'm not saying, you know, be delusional or anything like that. To me, it's just like try your best to stay positive and optimistic. But yeah, the issues or problems or situations could come from those closest to you. It's odd how it's showing up. Let's just keep moving because maybe we will get a switch in the energy. Let's see what the Death card has. I really want to get to that Seven of Swords. But let's keep it going. Yeah, watch out for like money things, work things too, especially with the Ten of Pentacles, because there might be extra pressure in those areas too. So let's see what's going on. Why is the Death card here, please? Thank you. It's just like this battle. There's like a battle I'm picking up here. So we have the Sun in reverse underneath the Death card, and it's like I'm trying to bury something, or I'm trying to like not let something not be seen. I'm not going to let it be seen by the light of day. That's how it feels to me. Now the Sun, even in reverse, is very positive, and that is one of your power cards. And the fact that it's in reverse under the Death card, it's like there's an energy that seems to be like pushing against you, which is super peculiar. I'm hoping that it frees up as we move along. Now, the Sun in reverse, to me, that can represent things being revealed or things coming to pass, right? Because the Sun, when it casts its light on something, um, it shows everything. But notice that it's in reverse. To me, that's kind of like a sunset underneath the Death card. So for some of you, of course, there could be chapters closing, things ending. We could say that without a doubt with the energy we're seeing here. Obviously, not for every single Leo. But then there's like this energy where it's like, nope, can't let them know that, or I'm not going to let them know that, or I'm going to keep this very hidden. So I'm not sure if that's somebody else hiding something. I'm not sure if that's you suppressing something. To me, it's like I will not let this see the light of day. Like this will get buried and it will stay buried. So let's keep moving. So again, if there is a problem or a situation, there is this balance, this little tug of war that's going on within someone where it's like I'm trying to see the positive, but there's so much to the contrast in my face. It's like positive, negative, and they're both extreme the way they're showing up. I think really trying your best, even though it's easier said than done, to keep a positive mindset, super important. Let's go to the Seven of Swords, especially with what I was picking up here in the middle. Like if you haven't been going through endings where it's somebody like suppressing something or burying it, there is this secretive type of energy I'm starting to pick up. But let's go in on the Seven of Swords. What's the Seven of Swords? And the Moon. Like to me, this is clear cut. And again, I'm not coming at you, and there's no judgment here. I don't know what your situation is, and or the person that you're dealing with, but I just don't like the hidden motives. The like, there, all of it seems like it should be much simpler. Where it's like, all right, well, why are you complicating this? Like someone's overcomplicating something. There's a lot of secrecy here. So I can tell you this: with the Seven of Swords and the Moon, those are two of the biggest cards of shrouding something, biggest cards of secrecy. So if there isn't somebody you're connected to that has a big old secret, there could be someone again that's like purposely cloud muddying the waters or purposely making things more complicated. So there might be a person you have to be aware of in this time, that's for sure, with the energy I'm picking up. Because, like, with the energy I was picking up earlier, it's like, no, like, it could be better, it should be better, but we have somebody, like, suppressing and burying and hiding, and there's so much secrecy here. So again, it could be a person, especially if your intuition's been telling you, like, they're not telling me something, there's something they're holding back. It's showing up all over here. Now the moon, exact contrast to the sun right next to it. Pisces energy, also the Cancer collective. It is the biggest card of mystery in the whole entire deck. When we look at it in its classical form, it's very subtle, it's very quiet, it's very nonchalant. Whereas the sun, it's big, bright, open. What you see is what you get. The moon is the total opposite. So when I see it under a secrecy card, it's like, all right, either what are you burying, or what is this person's motives, or what are they hiding? Because, like, there's obviously something here that's either not being addressed or it's being buried. I don't know why I keep using that term, but it's here. So watch out for secrecy or individuals that you feel like they're hiding something, because there might be someone that either has a secret or you need to be aware of in this time. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadows. So peculiar. This energy rarely comes through in a Leo reading, in my experience. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we're starting with the Five of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. And I was thinking, think happy thoughts, think happy thoughts. Try to stay positive. There could be pressures coming in from money situations, work situations, family, or living situations. So anything of the material world, watch out for those pressure points, because that might be making things a little bit more difficult than they otherwise would be. But there is also this energy of, like, try to think best case scenario, always assume the best for yourself. Moving to the center, I have the Death card with the Sun in reverse. For some of you may have recently experienced some endings or cycles closing that could still be affecting you, of course. But for another portion of you, there is something here where it's like, I will not let this be discussed. I will not let this be brought up. This will never see the light of day. And I'm just putting it in the back burner. And the same thing goes here. So again, I'm not saying it's you, but it could be somebody else, whether it's two people not addressing something, or it's somebody trying to bury something. Like, there's a lot of secrecy here. So again, if you're dealing with a person that's, you feel like they're holding something back, or you feel like there's something off, I would say go with your gut intuition, especially with the moon and the Seven of Swords on the back end, because to me, it's either someone that's holding a big secret, or just someone where their full motives aren't known. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle. Maybe we'll get more information from the shadows, since there's so many damn shadows in the main part of the spread. But yes, I always like to pull you one here right at the end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got in the shadows for my lovely Leos? Real quick, please. Thank you. Four of Swords, and it's like there's something that's living in the shadows. I don't know why it's there. Four of Swords, where it's like, no, I'm in the shadows and I'm comfortable here. Or there's something being obscured and it's just comfortable right where it's at. It's like a need to know basis. I don't know why this is coming through. Now, the Four of Swords could sometimes connect with sleep, meditation, watch your dreams in this time. Maybe Spirit wants you to meditate or pray a little more when this card is here, especially in the shadows. But at the same time, it's like residing in the shadows. That's the best way I can put it. So again, there's something where either you might need to put on your detective cap to figure out what the energy is doing and why it's being the way it's being, or it's an energy where it's going to take a bit of time for it to be fully understood. That's what I'm seeing here with the Four of Swords, if we're not talking about like work, sleep or meditation or spiritual things. So we're just going to leave it at that. That's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The September calendar is already live, so we could have ourselves a little chat. But for the September subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks ever, the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's great for beginners and experienced readers. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's two simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which ones do you get along best with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As usual, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.